All right, today we're stepping onto the tightrope with Friedrich Nietzsche. We're going to unpack one of his most intense and honestly most powerful metaphors, the parable of the rope, from his masterpiece, Thus Spoke Zarathustra.
So let's just start with this one image because it is everything. This is the key to unlocking Zarathustra's radical challenge to all of humanity. He's not just telling some story here, he is drawing a map for our future. And it all starts with this one single idea of what it means to be human. So let's set the scene. Our story kicks off in a busy marketplace, a town called the Motley Cow. And this is where the prophet Zarathustra shows up. But you know what? He's not there to offer comfort or any easy answers. Nope. He is there to throw down a massive challenge. And his very first announcement is meant to just completely shake things up. He tells the crowd, hey, you think humanity is some finished product? Think again. He says we are merely a bridge, a really dangerous transition from our animal past toward a much greater potential future.
Okay, so what does this path actually look like? If it's so dangerous, what are the pieces? Let's break down this whole metaphor, piece by piece.
So first, the rope is humanity. It's us. We are in this constant state of tension, stretched between our primal instincts, what he calls the beast, and our absolute highest potential. And according to Zarathustra, the only noble way to live, the only way, is to embrace that tension and just keep moving forward. And then, of course, you have to look at what's under the rope, the abyss. It's not just nothingness. It represents what he calls the spirit of contempt, that cynical, nihilistic feeling that, nothing really matters. It's that temptation to just give up, to stop striving, and to let that low hum of modern unease pull you all the way down. And here is the absolute critical point. There is no safety net. Zarathustra is basically saying that hoping for some comfortable afterlife is just a way of avoiding the rope altogether. To actually make the crossing, you have to fully commit to this life, right here, right now, and find the meaning of the earth. So as Zarathustra is delivering this incredibly challenging message, something amazing happens. The crowd's reaction just splits right down the middle, and it reveals the two fundamental ways you can respond to this call for greatness. Just then, almost like it was planned, a literal tightrope walker shows up and starts getting ready for his act. He becomes this living, breathing example of Zarathustra's whole point. A guy who is literally stepping onto the rope, making danger his calling, and choosing that perilous path. And this moment just lays out the central conflict perfectly. The walker, he represents striving. He's going over, which is also a kind of downgoing, a sacrifice of his current self for something greater. But the crowd, they mock him. They prefer the comfort of what Zarathustra calls the last man. And that's the person who just wants safety, avoids all danger, and kind of blinks in this contented stupidity, completely rejecting the great challenge of the rope.
I mean, this sounds terrifying, right? If you actually choose to step onto that rope, how in the world do you keep your balance and not just fall straight into that abyss of nihilism?
Well, Zarathustra says you need two things, two virtues, and they're symbolized by his animal companions. First, you need the pride of an eagle, which gives you the courage to look across that terrifying abyss without even flinching. And second, you need the wisdom of a serpent to keep you grounded in the real earthly struggle. All right, so now for the final piece of the puzzle. If the beast is behind us and the abyss is below us, what in the world is waiting on the other side of that rope? The destination, the entire point of this dangerous journey, is what Nietzsche calls the Übermensch, or the overman. And this isn't some new species of human. It's a new state of being. It's a potential future for all of us, forged through a constant, and let's be honest, painful process of self-overcoming. But here's the thing. This is not a group project. The path to the Übermensch is solitary. It is treacherous. It demands the courage to destroy old, comfortable values, to literally smash the old tablets of tradition so you can create new values for yourself. So in the end, this whole parable, it's not just a story. It's a direct and really personal challenge. It's a question that Nietzsche is posing to every single one of us about the kind of life we choose to live, one of comfortable safety on the ground or one of dangerous striving on the rope. The choice, he insists, is yours.